Okay, so the next question I had was when you've got a parallel bore like this, so I've put the gun drill through, completely through, it's come out central the other end as you can see. So this is the same size all the way through, and that's about 12 mil. But when you've got something like a Renaissance recorder, which if we just look at the outside of this, you can see from the shape of it that it goes down and it comes out. And that mimics what the bore did on the Renaissance recorder. So it goes parallel for a bit, then it shrinks down, and there's what they call a choke round about here, the thinnest point, and then it flares out again, just as the bell does. It flares out. This one's obviously not finished. So you need to do that on the inside of this, and this is the point where you do it. Having you bored all your pieces of wood, you then have to use a thing called a reamer, which I've got here set up in my metalwork lathe, and it's got what are called back gears, which means you can make it go very slowly like this. You can see it's spinning quite slowly with a lot of torque, a lot of power, turning very slowly. If you did it really fast, either this would burn the wood or it would get stuck and the wood would start spinning like mad. Or if it was clamped in the chuck and you try putting it at the other end, going fast like I was boring it, you'd get a horrible, horrible mess quite often because you're cutting quite a lot of stuff off on a taper rather than just going through where the tip, especially hardened tip, is cutting the wood and the rest is just clearance. With this, you're actually cutting along the whole cutting edge on this, which if I can turn it, no, I can't actually. Perhaps if I took the chuck clutch off, there we go. You can see where this has got a cutting edge here. It's been milled off. This is tapered, so you turn this on a metalworking lathe to be the exact taper that you want. Big here, going smaller, smaller. So big to small, and then you cut some away, so you've got a cutting edge. And you then slowly, and I do it by hand so I can feel it, I use something like this to grip it. Never wear gloves because you can get things snagged, but with this you can just let go and it won't go anywhere. I hold that and guide it, so that's gripping. And this is just guiding, and it can get out of the way very quickly. If it does get stuck, the wood will start to go around the speed that this is going round. So you can just let go of it, step away, turn it off, either with the kick off or the hand off down here. So you know where those things are and they're completely clear. Right, so I'll just show you a little bit, just a little bit of reaming. I won't do the whole thing. It's got to you mark up where you want to go to. So this has got to go all the way to there. And it's going to take a while. It's going to be lathe noise now. And you can see the shavings that it's taking off. So those shavings are getting longer. Shavings are getting longer because it's cutting on more of this edge at the same time. So you can see the further you go in, the harder it's going to get. Now, years ago when I was at college, when we used to make flat reamers, because you could make them just with a file. And the flat reamer would then be attached to a big handle, so the reamer would come down here and the handle, and you used to clamp the wood in the vise and do it by hand, very slow, and then take it out and clean it off. So this is a much better, quicker way of doing it. One more little bit, and that'll be it for today. Maybe you can see that this hole is now starting to get bigger than that hole, because it's gradually getting tapered, expanding. Of course, it's going to be reducing, because when the recorder you play the bigger end and it goes down and down and down and down.